What's going on, guys? It's your boy HQ420 here, and in today's video, but we're gonna be looking at this old Moderna. Old Moderna. But they throwing in on getting testing on younger children, because we all know that the children need the jab. That's what they need. That's what they got to have. It's just the way that it has to be, okay? Without a shadow of a doubt. Because they an at-risk group. That's what they're saying. They're still an at-risk group. So we must give this to as many kids as possible. Because, you ain't going to know what's going to happen until you give it to them, right? You know what the FDA advisor said? That's what they said. They say you ain't going to know until you give it to them. Now, if it's the first time to the channel, stop hesitating. Hit the subscribe button. You will not regret it. Right here, Moderna to test their set inoculation process on infants as young as 6 months old. 6 months old now. 6 months. Okay. I keep going back to this data right here, all right? Once again, and they did this for a reason. They don't want to put 18 in, but 0 to 17. From birth all the way up to 17-year-old. We've been damn near 2 years, okay? Damn near 2 years. $5.95. Okay? What we talking about, man? Alright? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm just trying to figure out. Then they call this EUA, okay? Emergency Use Authorization. I just don't know, man. It seemed like a real small number out of the 61,000, other causes of death among kids from 0 to 17 years old. I'm just trying to figure it out, man. This is a much larger number on this side. All cause death. Much larger number. But it's an emergency for that number right there. That's what the emergency is. Okay, I got you. But Moloch screams for another offering, okay? There's no doubt about it. Moloch screams for another offering. And I don't understand. Y'all let me know. As a parent, how could you, in your right mind, put your infant up for testing on this, all right? For testing. You letting them experiment on your infant. How much money is involved in this? That's what we want to know. Are you hard up on times that you're willing to take a risk with your child? I don't get it, man. Now we got to understand something about Moderna, especially in a lot of Nordic countries, some other countries in Europe. They've actually suspended the use of it in people under the age of 30 years old for the simple fact they've had issues with myocarditis. Now, come on now. They've shown that they've had issues with it. So they suspended it in these countries. Under the age of 30. Yet what we doing over here in the States? Man, chalk it up, man. Chalk it up, man. Send your kid out there, bud. Send your kid out there so we can get the jab, see what happens. Alright? My goodness. Now, the clinical trial is being called Kid Cove, alright? It's been carried out 79 locations across 13 states and will involve roughly 13,275 participants between the ages of 6 months and 11-year-old in its entirety. So they're trying to get their EUA as well for the 5 to 11, but they even skipping that. They're like, but we need it from 6 months to 11. We behind. Pfizer are already out there. They're already out and about. We need to get our data out there, okay? Man, we losing revenue. Pfizer blowing us out the water. All right, out the wazoo. Man, this is an arms game, bud. It's an arms game, but you got to be the first to the top. Even though Pfizer's technically the only one that's gotten, quote-unquote, full approval with community. Quote-unquote. Now, it says the first phase already been completed, involved children between the ages of 6 years to less than 12. I don't know. To the ages of 6 to 12. Okay, so yeah, 6 to 12. Study now reportedly is in the second phase, during which children between the ages of 2 to less than 6 years old will undergo testing. So 2 and below. The third and final stage will test the vax on children ages 6 months to less than 2 years old. My goodness, man. My goodness. You've seen what can happen to other people. You've seen where they talk about, hey, there's potential for myocarditis and things of that nature. And yet you still put your child out there. You still take the risk with your child. I'm just like, bud. You think you'd be trying to protect them, man. Now, these people think they are protecting them. Either that or they getting a payout one or the other. But they're like, man, this is the way I'm gonna be able to protect my child. All right, from the disease that should not be named. Once again, we like to go back to these numbers right here. The numbers. I mean, come on, y'all. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Hell, about all our deaths are damn 75 and older. You know what I'm saying? Over half. Well, yeah, over half. If we just go on by their numbers right here, with the disease that should not be named. But it says right here in August, trial administrators reportedly masked all the participants they needed for each stage. Participants in the clinical trial are given 2 injections in the upper arm, which I thought they said something about maybe cutting that back to 1. Maybe they gave them a lower dosage. I mean, I don't know, but they said about 28 days apart. They asked to return with the guardian to the study site for at least 4 follow-up appointments over the next 13 months. All right, so over the next 13 months. So technically, they won't be done with the trial until next year this time, but I wonder if they'll get EUA on it regardless. That's what I want to know. Because, you know, a lot of this stuff, if you go to the paperwork, it says, hey, but it's going to be 5 years, and, you know, that's when you get all the data. I'm like, but 5 year all the data, man, y'all trying to mandate it today. Man, y'all trying to mandate this thing today. Y'all talking about 5 year? Come on now. I mean, man, I got folks talking about take it today. Y'all talking about you be done in 5 years. And then we get the data to you. And if it don't look that great, hey, man, you didn't have to take it, but there's always a choice. Yeah, choice, you lose your job, lose your house, won't be able to get nothing to eat. Your kids won't be able to go to school. You'd be retconned at a at a society, shunned. You have to go out there. You have to scavenge and through the trash to get your food. I mean, just be like, hey, bud. Yeah, but you had a choice though, right? Okay, I got you. Man, we want to pull people out of poverty. You know what I'm saying? As long as they got the jab. But if they ain't got the jab, their ass could be in poverty. Matter of fact, we'd rather them die. I mean, that's what the cult says. We rather you just pass. That would be best for us. We'd rather move on because you're not righteous. And that's what we want. We want people on this earth that's righteous. Okay, the righteous availeth much. That is their premise. That is their whole thinking on this. And it said right here, just the news reported that the controversial study has only received sporadic media attention so far, citing local news coverage in Miami and Charlotte about participants. Charlotte, oh man, my home state, Lord have mercy. NC, North Carolina, raise up. What's happening? Where Petey Pablo at? And Petey Pablo too busy making furniture right now. I just found that out the other day. That's a segue on something else. I said, Petey Pablo got a furniture shop? The hell is this? But damn, North Carolina, raise up. What we got going on out in Charlotte, bud? That said, the outlet added that the testing is being undertaken despite the fact that most public health experts agree that risk for children affected with the CV-19 is very low. Okay? And this is true. We see by the numbers and everything. But folks don't care about these numbers. It's about your compliance, man. They could care less about that number. That number could be that number could be 2. It could be 1. It could be none. Which a whole lot of states don't have any school-age kids dead from the disease that should not be named. And they don't care because we need to protect the ones that aren't dead, all right? Because they may die from it one day. Okay, so I mean, we got to make sure we get that protection now. Ain't that right? My goodness, man. I mean, but when some stuff came through that was actually clipping the kids at a much higher rate, substantial rate, H1N1, boy, I ain't hear nobody say nothing, bud. I ain't seen no sacred claws. I ain't even seen nobody care. Ain't nobody care one lick, but they like, whatever, man. I mean, Obama in the White House, man. We don't care, man. We got us a black man in there, but we feeling good right now. I mean, dang, bro. I mean, Obama just started. The administration, they stopped testing for it. Just think if tomorrow we stop testing for the disease that shall not be named. Just think. If we just say, you know what? Man, just let it go. Let it go, bro. We ain't making all these folks test when they go to school. We ain't making folks test when they go to games. We done with the testing. I would just like to know where you think the numbers would be if we just stop testing. Just let it go. Let it go, stop testing. Folks out there start actually practicing medicine instead of practicing protocol. And and we just see how things pan out. I mean, I just want to know. I think there'd be a stark difference. But of course the cult can't have that, but they can't have anything like that. Because we're trying to do a transformation here. Y'all can't mess our transformation up. And we got plans for y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got plans for that ass. Now, we got people like Bill Hartman right here. He's the co-principal investigator of the clinical trial at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, say vaccine administration in children is the final frontier. But this ain't fucking Star Trek. I'm at the final frontier. I told you these folks are the Borg, man. These folks are the Borg. Trust your boy on it, man. Assimilate or die, okay? Resistance is futile. That is their mindset. Assimilate or die, okay? I mean, the cult desires blood. That's what it desires. The final frontier in the fight against the past. The what? That's the final frontier. Jabbing up a 6-month-old. That's the final frontier. That'll get us over the damn hump. Hell yeah, pimping. That'll get us right up over it, bud. Oh boy, let's see what it says right here. Our very youngest children need to get the vax, so we need to make sure they are safe. My God. Yeah. 6-month-old needs it. My goodness, man. Look at the number. And this is with involving. They don't just say of, this is involving. The kids participating are heroes. They will be able to tell the story of how they helped save the world. Man, what is he talking about, man? He talking about the final frontier, saving the world? Man, that's what the cult, Bo, I'm trying to tell you, man, they got this mindset that is jab or bust, okay? And we going for the championship round this joint. Get the 6-month-olds lined up. But if you don't think this ain't coming to a school near you where they be talking about, man, your kid need to take this and take a booster and boost every other 6 months, man, you fooling yourself. But you got limited time to fight, and we messed up. We messed up real early, bud. We complied with what they said. Oh yeah, lockdown. Oh yeah, lockdown. Lock it down. Lock it down. Don't go to work. Don't go do nothing. Okay, lock it down. Then 30 days to slow the spread. First we were flattening the curve, and then we were slowing the spread. Okay. Now we're 2 years later into 15 days to flatten the curve. All right, just about. We're getting close to 2 years later, 15 days to flatten the curve. And the curve still ain't flat enough for them. All right, the curve still ain't flat enough. So what I want to leave y'all with, is one video I seen right here with the Surgeon General, our new Surgeon General, and he was talking to someone on CNN, because we all know that all the great information, all the vetted information comes from CNN, no doubt about it. It's regime approved, okay? And he was talking about when's the next time that we could possibly, lift the mask wearing amongst the cleansed and the uncleansed. So I'm going to let that clip roll out right now.
Do you think that they should be able to take their masks off? If they're in a classroom, I know the incoming New York City mayor is considering this. If you're in a classroom where the teacher's vaccinated, the kids are vaccinated, should a bonus be that you can take off the mask?
Yeah, it's a great question. Well, I certainly think getting vaccinated takes us one step closer to that. What the CDC has said is that in areas, that have high or substantial amount of transmission, they want people.
Higher transmission. You see, they keep saying that about high transmission. Here's the issue, though. Seasonality is an issue. So eventually high transmission comes back around. He says, it's like, oh, well, if the teacher's cleansed and the students are cleansed, can they take the mask off? Well, we ain't quite done with the kids, you know what I'm saying? We ain't quite done with them. We still think, that's what Rochelle Walensky said the other day, oh, even though they'll be cleansed, they'll still need to don the sacred cloth. Okay? That's what that's the premise. I told you this is about destruction of a generation, okay? They have formulated this plan for a while, bud. They ain't thinking this thing overnight. It's like, how can we destroy a whole generation and then just implement what we want to do over time? Well, hold on. Let's get a bunch of kids and let's make them scared of each other, okay? Let's make them willing to do every single thing that we say, and let's make them complete punk bitches, all right? They're scared of the damn shadow. They're scared of a germ. They're just scared of everything. And then on top of that, we'll push the LGBTQ stuff on them so they'll be confused. They won't know if they're a man or a woman. Then they'll just see everybody as a racist. All right, so but we don't have. Yeah, we can destroy a generation quick, and then they will be easily controlled and manipulated.
To still wear a mask for the time being. But as cases come down,
Yeah.
certainly it will become a possibility for us to take off our masks. So we just got to keep going in terms of getting vaccinated, taking the safety precautions. As cases come down and stay down, we'll be able to remove a lot of the restrictions that we've been dealing with up until this point.
All right.
Man, fuck this guy, man. Look, it's a possibility. You heard that? It would be a possibility. It'd be a possibility. And what he was talking about with that New York City mayor, what's his name? Adams? I believe that's his name. Talking about, oh yeah, moving the mask from kids. But and then he come back and say, oh yeah, but that whole vax passport, oh yeah, that's still in play. Fuck you, dude. You ain't shit. Man, you know what? They'd be talking about recalls all the time, Bo. I bet, nope. You don't get it, dude. You do not get it. Which I guess is either there's a whole swath of people out there who just love to show their card everywhere they go. And I know they've been having a whole lot of protests and stuff out there, and they haven't been covering that much of it on the media. They want to make it seem like, everybody's kosher out there. But it's just like, oh, bud, how you going to get voted in and you want to keep the same tyrannical law? It's like Hochul. Dang, bud, they get Cuomo out there and just put old piece of shit right back in his place. It's like, damn, bud. Do y'all got anything besides filth and trash out here running for offices in New York? You know what I'm saying? Is that all y'all got? It's just filth and trash around this joint. My God, man. They ain't gonna come over here talking about a possibility. So you gonna let them get jabbed up with the Pfizer, jabbed up with the Moderna, and then they still gonna be slaves. Gotta don the sacred cloth, gotta stay 6 feet away. Timmy, wash your damn hands again. Timmy, wash your hands. Timmy, stay 6 feet away. Timmy, where's your mask? Get 2 masks, Timmy. Oh my God, man. What is this? Folks gonna offer their kids up for nothing. They won't get nothing in return. You get nothing. I want to know your thoughts on this in the comment section below, man. I want to know your thoughts. This is where we're at, bud. People should know this. Nordic countries has suspended this. Has let it go for folks under 30 because of risk of complications, mainly myocarditis. And get in the States. Give it to the 6-month-old. Fuck it, man. Makes sense to me. But this is pitiful, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe. Check out both podcasts I do, Inside the Cube and Day Zero. Spreaker, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. If you'd like to support the channel further, there are links in the description section below as well for that. It's always been Boys Q420. Catch you on the next one. Peace out.